Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on Little's Law YouTube channel. So today in this video we will see about Redis, Redis. So we will see what is again. So this is Redis. So Redis is an open source in-memory data structure stored, and it can be used as a database, cache and message broker, and it's designed for high performance operations on data, and it's primarily stores data in RAM for faster access time. So here are some of the key aspects of Redis. So the first thing is in-memory data store. So Redis primarily stores data in RAM, which makes it exceptionally fast for read and write operations. However, this also means that the data is not permanently stored on disk by default. So as I told you, the very first key aspect is in memory data store, and the second one is the data structures. So Redis supports various data structures such as strings, list, sets, sorted sets, hashes, and more. So this makes it versatile for a wide range of use cases. And the third option is the persistence options. So although Redis is a primarily an in-memory store, it can optionally persist data to disk, and this enables data to be retained even after a system restart. So usually this do not happen with any other similar applications, or but in this scenario, even after a system restart, the data will still be retained. And then the last one is the low latency. So due to its in-memory nature, Redis is known for its low latency, and it can serve millions of requests per second. And some of the common use cases of for Redis are, the first thing is caching. So one of the most common use cases of Redis, or one of the common uses of Redis, is as a cache. So it can store frequently you access data in memory to reduce the time it takes to fetch it from a database. The second one is the session store. So Redis is used to manage user sessions in web applications. It's fast and efficient for storing and retrieving session data. The third one is real-time analytics. So it's excellent for real-time analytics because of its speed in processing and aggregating data. And then the publishing and subscribing of messaging. So Redis has a publish subscribe mechanism which allows for communication between different parts of an application or between different applications. And then when it comes to queues, Redis can be used as a message broker to manage queues, ensuring that tasks are executed in a scalable and distributed manner. And then when it comes to the leaderboards and counting, Redis is great for implementing leaderboards for games or any application that requires counting or ranking. In fact, in many of the major applications, Redis is used for this particular scenario because it's very great for implementing the leaderboard for games or for any application that requires counting or ranking. And then the next thing is the geospatial data processing. So Redis has capabilities for handling geospatial data, which makes it useful for location-based applications. And then the rate limiting. So it's commonly used for rate limiting to control the number of requests a user or IP address can make in a given time frame. So today in this scenario, we are going to use the Docker to build the Redis, and I will show you step by step of how to use the Docker, or how to use the Redis using the Docker. So for that, I have the Docker ready in my machine, and now I have the terminal window. So I have already started the Docker. So let me anyways run the command for you again. So the first command, so I have opened the terminal, and then the first command is to pull the Docker. So before that, let me delete this. So let me stop it and let me delete this command. So now I have no containers running. So here is the Redis container. So let me go back to the terminal, and here I'm going to pull the Redis. So now I have pulled the Redis command, and now we will run the Redis container, and for that command is going to be docker run name my Redis container -d Redis. So this is the command to run the Docker. So this assigns a name. So I'm assigning the name my Redis container to the running container, and we can use any name we prefer. And then the -d here. So this runs the container in detached mode, meaning it runs in the background. So now we will verify whether the Redis container is running. So you can either see it through the GUI, or else you can do a docker ps, and this will show us that we are running the Docker, or the Redis container is running in the system. So now we will interact with the Redis. So how to do that? So now we have a running Redis container, and we can interact with it using the Redis CLI tool. So to do that, I'm running the following command, which is docker exec -it. So this IT enables an interactive terminal session, that is the ITI, interactive terminal session. And then we have our Redis container, which is my Redis container and Redis -CLI. So this will take us to the interactive terminal, and now we can use the Redis command. So the first thing is I'm going to set a key, so which is going to be set my key welcome to Little's Law. So now the key has been set. So now I'm going to type get my key, and this automatically shows us that the value is welcome to Little's Law. So now we can either do an exit to come out, or even we can add more values to it. So now I'm going to exit. So this is my the very first simple example of how to create a Docker, or how to pull a Docker image for Redis. And then we have started the Docker container, the Redis container here in a detached mode, and then we have executed, or we have started to interact with the terminal using the Redis. So now I will show you another example. So since we are already in the counter, so let me again take you back to the CLI. So now we are again in the interaction mode. So in this second example, I'm going to show you about the counter. So this is going to be increment incr counter. So this command will increment the value stored under the key counter by 1. So if counter does not exist, it will be created with an initial value of 1. So now I have given increment counter, and when I give enter, it shows me 1. Let me again do a get counter. So this will show me what's the value. So now I'm going to increment again. So now you can see here it automatically increases the value. In fact, this is again one of the concept where it's used in the leaderboard. So every time when they win a point, so it automatically increases the counter and make it to the top of the counter. So this is again a quick example of how to use the increment, or how to use the Redis, and how does it work. Let me go back to the previous one. So get counter. So here you can see the value, the latest value is 8. So this, let me give a quick recap. So we use Redis to implement a basic counter, and this demonstrates how Redis can be used for simple data manipulation tasks. So keep in mind that Redis is most powerful when used for more complex data structures and scenarios like caching, real-time analytics, and message brokering. So until I meet you in another interesting video like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our Little's Law YouTube channel, because we will discuss more about how to use Redis and what are all the applications of Redis. And in case if you have any doubt or if you need any support, please do message me in the comment section. So until I meet you in another interesting video, it's bye bye from Athan Shanmugam and Little Slaw.